The cemetery committee will now come to order. There is no secretary for a secretary's report. Do we have any old business?
The only thing I know are the Colette's monuments, repair and straightening. I don't know what has been done.
Okay, nothing this year. No.
Oh, we did have one thing that Colette's did, and that was there were finials that had been found in the cemetery. I don't know if Tacey found them or who found them, and I found them down in the vault room at the town office.
Oh, yeah.
And the town manager, Don Willard, and I went out to Raymond Hill, not Raymond Hill, that one was at the village.
Riverside? Oh.
And
Riverside.
figured out which stones they went on, and we hired Colette's to put them back on.
Okay.
So that one thing Colette's has done.
Okay.
Good.
But that's why there's so much money left in the cemetery account,
Yeah.
as there hasn't been. And I'm
Okay.
hoping to get that much more active and get stones going,
Yeah.
which is why I sent this out.
Yeah.
Is there any other old business?
Not that I know.
Hearing none, how about new business? And we'll have Sue Look, the town clerk, explain things that she has on her agenda.
Well, and I did start, I have always had an affinity for cemeteries and for people that are in them and genealogy and whatnot. So this is very much a passion of mine anyway.
Mine too.
So you certainly have an ally in the town office at this juncture. Not that you haven't in the past, but
Yeah.
I'm very interested in this. And I just ended up having a lot of questions and a few things that I wanted to propose. So I thought I'd send out a letter and try and get this going. One of the things is appointing committee members for the next year. Is it safe to assume that we should appoint everyone who's currently on the committee?
Who have we got? You got me and Dale, and you,
And Tacey?
and Tacey.
And-
4.
No.
Oh shoot, I should have brought the list, I didn't.
I know who it is too.
Yeah.
In the village, and we have the fellow up on the mountain road.
Yes, there was someone on the mountain road.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the
On
only.
Mountain Road,
Yes.
my road,
The mail. You know him.
Dale.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, not your deal.
Oh,
The other one that used to come. So there's really two. There's really two more. County Tacey, there's two more. The village and the one on the mountain road.
Yeah, I should have brought that list, I'm so sorry.
I
Yeah.
should have too.
Yeah, but I need to take committee appointments to the selectmen next month.
yeah,
So,
because we usually get the letter to come down and be
Why
sworn
don't we-
in.
yes, and that's the prelude to that. I'll
Yeah.
have the selectmen appoint and then I'll swear at everybody.
I believe so. What have you got?
I've got Linda Alexander, Dick Sanborn, Elaine Walston, Casey Hartley, Wayne Gelston,
That's it.
Yeah,
West-
Wayne.
That's it.
Wayne
He-
Weston, Dave Woodman, and then one big.
Yeah, Dale Woodman.
Lonnie Taylor is the selectman representative, which I didn't know that.
Gelston's over on the Ledge Hill Road.
Right,
Oh, okay.
right.
Yeah.
So is it pronounced Gelston? 'Cause it's spelled
Gelston,
West-
Gelston.
Yeah, that's a miss.
That's an oops. Okay.
Yeah, and then it's Dale Woodman.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll,
correct that.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Apparently she must have taken her name off the list. The one
So-
in the village.
So I'll go ahead and make the appointment
Yeah.
papers for that.
Okay.
Okay. Then the second thing I thought of was a spring survey for the cemeteries. It would be, or at least for me, it would be helpful if we could go through each of the cemeteries and make an inventory of what needs to be fixed. Figure out what's the most egregious, what's needs to be
Yeah.
done. I'm sure all of them need to be fixed, obviously, but there may be some worse than others, and then start planning a schedule. And I'd like to send pictures, if there's any way to take pictures of the broken stones, so that I
Oh.
could send pictures to Colette's and get them to give me a really good estimate.
Yeah.
So we can see how many can we do this year with the money that's allotted.
Okay. Yeah, because when I talked to him, he was doing Kathleen Stevens' area, and he said that they're not too busy right now. Well, that was then.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe too, we can get an idea going through, I almost forgot what I was gonna say. When we go through them and take the pictures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes you can look at them and see, okay, this one's broken in
Right.
14 pieces. It
Yeah.
really needs.
True, true,
That's
true.
the worst. And this one's
Yeah.
only fallen over.
Yep,
Yeah,
no, that's true.
yeah.
But there's also, I know in the village, I noticed last year, a place where there's been some erosion on the roads. And those, if we can get that documented, I can talk to Nathan about getting some of
Oh,
that.
About erosion on the road.
Mm-hmm,
Riverside Cemetery,
mm-hmm,
very, very bad.
mm-hmm.
I did speak to him about it quite a while ago.
Yeah,
And it's got to be fixed because people aren't, can't get into that area very well.
yeah. So things like that, if we can get it documented,
Yeah.
and I see Nathan every day,
Yeah.
I can make sure he has the list, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
that way he can get it in his schedule and prioritize. I mean, he has a limited crew. He has 4 guys.
Yeah, my son-in-law's one of them.
Oh, is he? Which one's your son-in-law?
Jason
Oh,
Larrabee.
neat.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Hey!
Hi, Casey.
Still not gonna get anything to eat. Are you so hungry? I
Oh,
haven't
go
eaten
ahead and munch while we're talking.
since- Oh, they're
Yeah.
not starting?
If you wanna sit over there until you're done, then you can hop in.
Yeah,
Well,
that'll work. Do you have a copy of the letter I sent?
no,
Is it-
I don't,
okay.
can't find it.
Okay.
Whoop!
Oh, cool. That was clever.
I'm sorry, I was in Auburn, I had to let the bird out for a little bit. She didn't have a cage for all day.
So we've gotten as far as number 2 is what we're talking about.
Spring survey.
Yeah, and what I'm hoping is we can go through all the cemeteries and get pretty much a full inventory of what needs to be fixed and take pictures of each one. So I can send it to Colette's and get some estimates of how much
Yeah.
they would cost and
And
try and
that's what I was gonna
prioritize.
say, the cameras. Can we get some of the disposable, a couple, maybe 3 disposable cameras?
Oh, yeah, we could do that, there's money
Because
in the
that would
account
be
for that.
good for us,
Mhm.
and you wouldn't be using your
You
own.
said if we had copies of the quotes they gave before. 'cause
Oh,
this
so
is-
these are quotes? Okay, yes,
But-
estimate.
But they're back.
Oh, 2007,
yeah.
wow, yeah.
They're,
Yeah.
they're
But
pretty
those were
good.
the ones that I had copy of. I'll give
Okay.
you those.
Now,
So,
see,
so these, you got an estimate, but they still haven't been fixed?
As far as I know, they haven't.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
ma'am. No.
Yeah, so I would love us to get a plan for
Yeah.
getting caught up with.
well, some of the ones that we had quotes for, they did the village,
Mhm.
they did,
Riverside? No.
no, they did,
Let's see, what are the other options?
Wait a
We've
minute.
got Daly, Hasty, Mountain, North Raymond.
Hasty isn't ours, is it?
yes it
Yeah,
is.
it is a town.
Hasty is a town cemetery
I
now.
heard we weren't gonna touch it.
Yeah, somebody does work on that.
Yeah, they go out and mow it, I believe.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think Dennis
Village
takes
and
care of
Riverside.
that.
Mhm.
Did Raymond Hill?
Yes, Raymond Hill, we
Yeah.
went through that too, and you said you noticed quite a few more.
Yeah, just when
Yeah.
Nancy and I took a walk, I'd never been in there, and we
Yeah.
went for a walk up there.
Yeah. How many years ago was it we cleaned the stones up there? 3, 4?
Yeah. Yeah.
All the
Do
stones.
you use straight
just
bleach?
Bright, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bleach and water and scrub it, and then put bleach on it and just
And
let
let
the
it
sun
sit?
get it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything but granite or the bigger stones.
So the marble you can do that with? I didn't think you could put bleach on marble.
No.
No.
We have a problem with those, something, brown, it turns brown on.
Mhm.
I don't think it's the black, is it the slate stones? Remember Linda up there, you thought, but it's up in that other cemetery, it's up in the Hill Cemetery too. It's a,
Right.
something on there, and I have no idea what it is.
I've gotten some new headstone cleaner,
Oh, nice.
and I can try it because my sister-in-law had a marble stone, and she used it on her mother's stone, and she said they came out good.
Oh, wonderful.
So
Mhm. Yeah, 'cause a lot of the
I'll
stones
look
are,
for them.
and again, I've only been in the 2 cemeteries. Which of the cemeteries, just out of curiosity, is the oldest of them? Is it the village? Is that where the
I know
oldest-
mine are, the oldest I got up there is the 1800s on the mountain road.
Yeah, and at least I've seen people born in the 1700s and.
Yeah.
I think
In
the
the
village
village.
is,
Yeah.
don't quote me completely, you know.
Well, and eventually, hopefully we'll know that, but that's number 4.
Have you heard anything on the Tenny Hill Cemetery?
No.
There's what, 2 stones up there? We went up and we
Well, there's more
debrushed
than,
it.
yeah, there's more than
and
two,
everything
and
and
somebody
raked it and
took
stuff.
somebody out of there.
Yeah.
And I don't know who they took out right
These-
now and
it's
where
above
they
my
put 'em.
house.
Okay, so is
But
that a
it's-
town-maintained cemetery?
Well, it was.
It's a private cemetery,
Yeah, because I don't
okay.
have it on my town list.
but we used to go up, and I'm not sure
Mhm.
about the person that lives in that on that property anymore.
Yeah.
But
They took the
according
sign
to,
Oh.
I think, yeah, they took the sign down, but
Mhm.
according to, I think, you can check and maybe you
Mhm.
already know, I think we have the right to go into the private cemeteries.
If they're not gonna
If
maintain
I
it.
recall,
I'd have to look.
I think that's what
don't-
we were told.
Mhm. If
So
it's in our ordinance, we could.
Yeah. Because we've gone up and cut brush and raked and cleaned it up and then cordoned it off. We had the rope going around because they had horses in there
Oh my
riding
goodness.
around.
You wanna try, we wanna try to, double check on,
Mhm.
a lot of the things on the ordinance, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some things we really gotta check on that
Yeah, I
ordinance.
think I put that under future meetings, because to me, it's not organized well. Anyone has to read the entire thing to
Yeah.
find that, no, I can't plant a tree on my
That's right.
gravesite.
Yep.
As opposed to being
That's
able to
right.
go to, what can I do with my grave? Oh, look, I can't plant a tree.
I
Yeah.
think that was added afterwards.
Yeah, well, and I'm just using that as a,
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
an
no, but I
example,
do, I
but
think that's
I think
fine.
it could be a bit better
I
organized.
do too.
So, the other thing I was looking at, and I need to, again, present to the selectmen in June, is the fee schedule. And I just wanna make sure that the current fees are correct in what we want to put forth. $400 for one plot for a resident, 1,000 for one non-resident, and 200 for cremation opening, 600 for vault opening.
Mhm. I don't have my binder, but
Mhm.
I know we had it in there.
You,
And that's just currently what's accepted in this fee schedule.
we could leave it this way at least for another year and
Yeah.
see what's going on.
Mhm.
I don't know how everybody else feels.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, leave it.
And then the next thing is a proposed additional fee
Mhm.
and for cremains.
Right,
Because right now, if someone's buried with cremains, we don't know it. People can just wander in with a
Yes, they
shovel,
can.
dig a hole, and we have no idea who's buried in the
Yeah.
cemetery.
we have
that
quite
Yeah.
a few in the
Yeah.
village.
So
Yeah.
it's, I don't know of another way of getting people to do that unless we institute a small fee.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to.
But I don't know how you folks feel about that. That was just a thought I had.
Well,
They
I
don't mark
myself,
it at all, huh?
yeah, I myself feel that we should know,
Yeah.
because, I mean, they may dig a spot that they shouldn't be digging in. It might
Yeah.
be a walkway or something. So I think we should, have something as far as that
Nice
goes.
to see you. Always good to see you.
I don't know how you people feel, but I think
Yeah,
we should.
I don't,
Should
that's
have
not their,
markers.
it's not their property, they have no right to dig a hole there.
They do.
Hmm?
They do.
Well, they may do it, but that doesn't mean they have a right to.
No, I know, but a lot of cemeteries, like ours in different towns, they do that. Of course, I don't think you'd wanna go to Brooklyn and try.
Well, a big cemetery, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't know, but
I don't know.
you wouldn't, how would you know if somebody put somebody in down there if they just went in at night, did it?
Yeah, it would have to be on the honor system,
Yeah.
I would think. But the one thing we could do is notify the local funeral homes that this is
Yes.
a new ordinance.
Yes.
And give them a form so that they could collect that $5 or $10 or
Yeah.
whatever it was
Yeah.
from the folks, and they would know to notify us.
Yeah.
That's fine,
Hopefully
but
they'd
you
have a
can,
marker.
And we
You
could
can
put
take-
signs up too.
you can take somebody, have them cremated, and you get their ashes, and you don't have to go through a cemetery at all.
Right, no, you don't have to.
So,
Yeah. Miss Daly, I don't know, she buried her husband finally, or was he still on the mantle?
No,
My
she's
mother-in-law
still
still has a brother under the bed, so.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
my mother's false teeth are there,
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was one fee that I thought we may want to consider.
Mhm.
Though I don't know if we can just add the fee or if we also have to add something to the
To the
ordinance.
ordinance.
An ordinance
And we may
probably.
have to, and we
Yeah.
can't really make an ordinance change now. That would have to wait
Right.
until next
Next
year's
year.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
town meeting.
yeah.
So I'll double check that and see if
Because we could
can-
do the fees at the same time if we
Yeah.
had to. This
Yeah.
next one I'm very interested in.
Yeah, the software.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's nothing that can come out of the general fund, huh?
no,
No.
because it wasn't budgeted for. But
Oh.
it is something that for future we could. And right now, there's $2,280 in the cemetery maintenance account.
Okay.
So that's what's sitting there.
How much?
That needs to be used between now and end of June.
How much was it?
2280, and that was
Oh,
as
okay.
of April 16th.
Yeah.
So I don't, there could have been other expenditures. I know Nancy said you send in invoices or,
Yeah,
Whatever,
it's for
periodically, so.
maintenance for my gas trimmers and my mowers.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that would certainly come out of it. But I've been talking with Deb, oh shoot, what's her last name? She's the town clerk in North Yarmouth at any rate. And she was the head of the Cemetery Association in the state of Maine for a number
yeah.
of years. She did a lot of research into various softwares, and she found one called Pontum that is very easy to use, fairly economical on the whole, and also has features you can add on to. And the initial piece that we would start with if we were to go this way would be to collect the data and basically make a database. Right now, the cemetery data is in spreadsheets, and each one is slightly different. Dailies looks something
yeah.
like this
Yeah.
with the names and the date that was plot was sold. There's nowhere right now where we're collecting who's interred there.
Oh.
We're only collecting who buys the lot. So if one person buys a lot with 5 plots in it, and they put 4 in each one because they're cremains, we have a whole slew of people that are buried there, and we don't know who it is.
Right.
And for genealogy purposes, for one, that's not
Yeah.
helpful. But 2, for someone coming in later and saying, well, is there room for me to be buried
In
on
that plot.
my own plot?
Yeah.
Right.
And we would have no way of knowing without Dick going out with a stick and poking around
Oh,
in there
yeah.
to see if he can find things.
Yeah.
So that's one of the pieces, and each one of these, each cemetery has its own spreadsheet.
Now, how
that
many
I've
did
got
you
printed
say
in here.
you think could be put on one plot?
I believe Dick said
One.
4.
Yeah, 4 on one
4
grave.
cremains
Yeah, on one grave.
and 1 vault.
Yeah, because I just told somebody that
Yeah, Dick told me 4.
they could do that, so
Mhm.
they were very excited.
And with this software, you can also attach documents to it.
Oh,
And for instance, we have a veteran's grave in Riverside for Daniel Milliken. And Louise had started this process, it was a couple of years ago at least. It was found that he was a Medal of Honor winner in the Civil War.
Oh.
And his grave wasn't even marked as a veteran.
Uh-huh.
All he had was just a basic granite or marble stone, the basic white stone,
Yeah.
with his name and date of death basically on it. He didn't even have the flag holder,
Yeah.
which means
No, no, no,
nothing.
yeah.
Louise filled out all the paperwork to get him recognized, get his grave recognized, and get a
Military
marker for it,
marker.
yes.
Yeah.
And when she did that, just as she was doing it, the government changed how they do this process and said, no, we're not going to do anything with your application because we're not doing it that way anymore.
Oh.
So, and then she retired and things went where they go
Yeah.
sometimes. And I was contacted earlier this year by Dave Tangway from the Wyndham American Legion, and he had heard of it and has picked up the ball and run with it. They are now going to be creating a footstone for him,
Oh, nice.
and here's a picture of his gravestone. But I've got in here somewhere a
Yeah.
mock-up of the footstone. But at any rate, all this information I've collected, I've got some of his military papers, I've got his death certificate, his birth certificate. Here's the mock-up of the
Oh,
footstone they're going to
nice.
put on, with a picture of the ship he was
Yeah.
on, the medal,
Yeah.
and so it's really recognized.
Very nice.
But all of these documents could be scanned in and attached to his record at the cemetery
Oh,
in
yeah.
the software. So if someone went out and clicked on Daniel Milliken, they would not only find out that he was in Riverside side A26 or whatever lot he's in, but they'd also be able to see, and we have all this information about him.
Yeah.
And with that, this software can also be posted on our website, or the data, a link to it could be, so that people could do their own research online and see, is Grandma buried in Raymond,
Yeah.
for instance, and
Yeah.
do a search across all of the different cemeteries. Right now, to find that, I have to do 8 different searches.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
With Lloyd. Remember Lloyd?
Sure, he's in Riverside, he's up in.
He
Towson.
took up
Yeah,
all the bronze
he's in
flag
Raymond Hill.
holders, which are
Raymond
down
Hill.
in the town hall vault right now,
Oh,
and
Well-
got the plastic
oh,
ones
We still-
wherever they are.
Some of the brass ones are not. I gave them to the ones that put in the
The flag,
flags.
American Legion.
Yeah, I gave them to them so that they could put them back in,
Yeah.
some of them, because they knew where they went, and they were gonna take the other ones out and put the regular ones back.
well, and just today, because we're in the process of renovating the town office,
Yeah.
and just today, the public works guys told me they'd found a couple of boxes of them downstairs.
Yeah.
So we probably still have them.
Yeah,
Yes.
I had 6 that I know of up in the mountain.
I don't know, I had an awful lot in my shed.
But I'll tell you, the ones that I took out of your shed and I put up in the,
Right.
they don't hold a flag. They've got to be worked on in some way because they're not
Is that the
usable.
plastic ones or the?
No, they're
metal
not
The
plastic.
metal ones.
Yeah.
But it's
The
the metal,
metal.
it's the way you put it down through and something's supposed to tighten on it.
Yeah.
But they
Oh.
don't stay there, so the flag falls down or
Yeah.
over or.
I have a device at the house that I grabbed all the flag holders and I brought them up and I unscrewed the thing and I put it in and I made the
Almost made
threads
on
longer. And then I was able to take and put a bolt or a nut on it and tighten it right up so it wouldn't fall apart.
Yeah,
So that's what I've done up in my cemetery.
so we may need
Okay.
something like that,
Yeah.
Right,
or different holders or something.
True.
Yeah. But if you put that nut down there real tight, the head won't fall off.
Yeah.
And that's what's been happening.
Oh, it's,
Well, and there was also a box in the town office that I was told were samples that were gotten from a company that creates these. And in amongst the samples, there happened to be one for the Grand Army of the Republic. So,
Ah!
and it's a really nice brass one.
Yeah.
And that's the one that's gonna go on Daniel Milliken's
Oh,
Oh, nice.
grave. I just gave it to Mr. Tangway today,
nice.
Yeah.
so.
I went to school with Tangway.
Oh, you did? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
So, and another thing that this software does to kind of go back to that direction is it will create the forms. If someone buys a lot, it will create the conveyance form, it will create all of that and save a copy to the person's record, so it's in both places. And it would get us ready, the last thing I wrote on here was prepare the data for future mapping. Right now, one of the cemeteries, it's the one that's the expansion cemetery, is it Daly? Is that?
Daily over
The
in
annex.
North Raymond.
Daly's
Yes.
North Raymond, the new one.
That evidently when that one was laid out initially by the surveyor, they took rebar and put it on the corner of each lot, which does make a lot of sense. However, Frost pulls up that rebar.
Yeah.
And every year Nathan has to have his guys go out with hammers and hammer in every single one of those before they can mow. And what the GIS technology would do is we would be able to put in GIS coordinates that mean this particular plot of land. And when we sell the plots, we would also give them those coordinates. They could go out with their phone, plug in those coordinates, and the phone would show them a map and exactly where it is. And when they stand there, it can tell them, you are here. So that's one way of getting around having to mark it out that way. Or, for instance, when Sandy Wine had bought his lot, and his wife needed it marked out for Colette's to come over, or whoever did the monument,
Yeah.
to set the monument, we could give them GPS coordinates, and they go to the exact spot and put it right there.
Yeah.
Right,
So that's down the road, but this software would point us in that
Right.
direction.
and another thing we should do too, have all the stones go in the same direction.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the one in the village?
No,
Well, at back of the village is one that faces this way,
Mhm.
and all the rest go this way,
Oh,
you know,
no.
up and down.
Oh,
Yeah. That's something we could put in the ordinance to say
Mhm.
there needs to be
Yeah.
conformity with
yeah,
how those are faced.
yeah.
But, and one other thing the software would allow us to do is I could go out and take a picture of each stone and attach that to this too. So not only would they know that Grandpa is in lot A16, but they would also see what the stone looked like so that they could go and look for
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So I'm also, my background is database management and whatnot, so having softwares like this to be able to search in and look through is something that,
Yeah, instead of flipping
Right.
through pages.
Now, would we be able to go in and look at it?
oh yeah, we could have it right on our website so you'd have access to it. That's the way this software is made.
Access only,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, we'd want to limit who could update it.
Yeah.
Right.
And this software has the ability that if we wanted to, we could open it up so that people could leave notes on there if they wanted to, or they could save documents to it, but they couldn't delete anything or write to it. And that's something we'd really want to think about before saying, yes, go for it, have a good time.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, that could be, it could be helpful for genealogy, for the collecting of data, because they might put in there that, her favorite flower was a rose. And that way people would know that if they wanted to put flowers out there,
Yeah,
This is how
A
I got
rose is a
into
good
this,
option.
genealogy.
yeah. Don was documenting a lot when he was alive, right?
Well, he documented some, but I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
I have a book. It's blue, and I don't know where it is. I've got to try to find it. But it's got every cemetery in it, the private ones too, except for Greeps. I haven't got that one yet.
Yeah.
And I've got to find it, because I did it all for me so that I'd have it.
Yeah.
And then we all have got to get, we're all gonna have to get new maps too, for all the cemeteries.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, I can get
Yeah.
you all new maps.
bet.
I've copied all of the maps because the ones that, is it Ernie Knight? That's the correct name?
Yeah.
That he did were getting brittle, and the last thing I wanted to do was hurt them.
Yeah, I've got a set,
Right.
I think I gave you a set.
Of what?
So I've photocopied all of them and have a copy in my book so that I can find things.
Yeah, because if we do have a whole new set, then we can carry them with us and,
Yeah.
Oh, this is the new one, or is that,
This is the one on Mountain Road.
oh, that's yours?
Yeah, Graylin
see, I
and
don't
Jeanette
have
away
it.
in the back corner. Ken Saywood and Becky are here. I got 4 lots here. Catherine Stevens is, there's one double lot between
yeah, I don't
Fred
have an
Pelletier
updated one
and
of
all
that
of
one, I
them,
know.
yeah. Got some new members in there.
Got some new members.
Yeah,
People are just dying to get in those.
I know.
We're gonna be,
And they're quiet too.
we're gonna be adding onto, yeah, we're gonna be adding on to, Raymond Hill.
Oh,
Out
going
back.
back further?
Out back of the old section.
Yeah.
And they haven't done
But we're gonna
anything.
leave, yeah,
Well,
they have-
the
We're gonna
survey
leave.
happened.
yeah,
Hmm?
Mhm, the
the
survey
surveys
happened.
happen.
Oh, yeah, but they haven't done any cutting or anything.
No, not
No.
yet.
But we're gonna leave the wall,
Oh, I think
Yeah.
definitely more.
Yeah, the stone wall.
Yep.
I think that's what we all agreed on at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave the walls, even up to North Raymond,
Yep.
going on to Daly, leave the walls.
Yep.
So I'm wondering what your thoughts are about the software, and is that something I should pursue, or I'm not sure what your pleasure is.
I think you should.
I think it'd be very nice to
Yeah.
have something like that.
Yeah, and it's,
I really do.
another thought I had is that money is use it or lose it.
Yeah.
So, it's unlikely that we could, I think, get enough stones sent to Colette's and have them fix them and bill us between now and the end of June.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
it might be money that we really couldn't realistically use for stones this year.
I didn't.
What I don't
Right.
understand is,
Mhm.
isn't that part of the cemetery, maintenance?
Which,
The 2,200, isn't that,
this
I
is,
mean-
this is what's budgeted
from
Um,
what?
from, voting on it in town meeting and saying the cemetery committee can have X number of dollars.
That's not the money.
It's not the perpetual
That's not the
care.
perpetual
isn't?
care,
Okay.
no.
No, this is in addition to.
Because someone was asking me about that the other day, about the perpetual care, because I didn't think they were doing
No,
that
we
much.
couldn't, well, we couldn't use that for that.
No, but you,
I don't know if we can we use perpetual care for stone maintenance? No?
Well, if it's on their lot, I mean, if it's on,
On their
Yeah,
own
I'll
lawn.
have to ask Nancy to,
but I think, perpetual
explain
care
it
has
to
got to
me.
be just what it's for,
yeah.
perpetual care.
well, perpetual care, isn't that repairing a stone?
Their
Could be.
stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be.
Right.
I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
But
so
only,
I'll talk
like,
with
if it
Nancy and see,
belongs.
and then send something out to everybody.
Because all we're doing now is mowing and you're not even fertilizing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know
Yeah.
I've got to have a little fertilizer or lime up in the,
But the roads, we had the roads done in the village and they're not standing up really the way they should.
Yeah, even last year they were eroded. I can't imagine this winter was any kinder
Oh.
to them.
No,
Well, they need some loam and, I mean,
Yeah.
it's sandy.
Mhm.
And there are so many
Falls
grubs
away.
in that place. I mean, they're chewing the grass. I mean, you go up there, I've been up there. I took some grub X and put them on my father's, and I had a little
Yeah.
bit, and my family's.
Yeah,
But it didn't do much good. It needed a good
because there's so
treatment.
many, yeah.
but Dick did do the roads in the village.
Mm-hmm.
And they can spray for them.
yeah.
You don't have
Yeah.
to put the granular stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a fellow in Raymond now that does that kind of work. He's got licenses for any kind of spray.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I think of his name?
I know, it's CRS.
It's, no, it's, oh gosh, I can't even think of his name. Kevin Prevost, K-E-V-I-N, Prevost. And he's, Top Leaf LLC, tree.
Ah,
He lives down on, Valley Road.
Yeah,
But he's done my he's done all my orchard trees down. And, he has every license you can imagine for anything. He can go right up to the water and spray if he needs to, because he's got that.
He's got that sort of license,
Yeah, and
those
he
sorts of,
can use stuff that other people can't use, the
Yeah.
regular person can't.
that we couldn't just go and buy.
yeah.
No, so, and he might be, I might send him in to talk to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be good. And I'll find out from Nancy what we can and can't use for monies and what,
Yeah.
this is also the first time I've ever dealt with cemeteries as a clerk. I've been a clerk before, but we had an association that dealt with the cemetery in the prior town, so
Yeah.
I'm not as familiar with what perpetual care can be used for and what all the maintenance steps are.
well, you're gonna find out.
I am,
Oh,
and to me, that's fun.
yeah.
I do, I like cemeteries, that's my problem.
I do too.
Even when I was a little kid, I'd go out with tinfoil and make rubbings of the pictures and the sayings. And I know you're not supposed to do that anymore. I was bad.
Ah.
I used to go up all
Oh,
the
the
time.
innocence.
Down the end of my street in Portland, I used to go down, we used to walk through the cemetery, watch the ducks in the pond and,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Nice, so,
So I think that would be a good idea if you.
yeah.
Do you want to vote on it, or?
We can,
Sure.
right, there's 3 of us, right?
Yeah, can I have a motion? On the
motion.
purchasing of the cemetery
Program,
software.
software. I second it.
It's been moved, seconded, and voted, moved, seconded that we buy this, purchase the cemetery software. All those in favor? Anybody opposed? Motion carried.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and get the ball rolling on that.
Okay.
And then the only other thing I had thought of is future meetings. What's online right now, I believe, is like the third Thursday of every month would be a cemetery meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make sense to me to meet in October, November,
No.
December, January,
No.
etc. To me, there's nothing you can
Right.
do
No.
to get out. But to kind of get this going, I thought maybe do something monthly from now until we think we don't need to do this anymore. So get together and see, okay, where are we with the maintenance, and kind of check in with, I can get the questions answered about the perpetual care and
Right.
things of that nature, and at least maybe meet for a few minutes
Sure.
next week,
Yeah.
next month rather.
So,
But what's it?
June to August
Mhm.
meeting
Mm-hmm.
on the 3rd?
Mm-hmm. That
I'd
would
like,
work.
I'm not gonna be here the, first parts of June, so
Mm-hmm.
the end of June would be better for me.
One, third week.
Yeah, the
Well,
third
this-
week is what?
The 16th, oh, I've got my calendar right here. The third week is the 15th through the 18th, and I'll be on vacation. I'll be in Boise.
Okay, well, how about
See
making
my
it the week
daughter.
after?
Yeah,
The week after I
the
could
very
do.
last week
Yeah,
in June?
what's the date?
What's a good, well, it's the 25th.
But she can't meet us then.
Yes, you can, the 25th.
She said, did you say you'd be out of,
No, I'll
that's the
be
week
back on the
before.
23rd.
oh, all right.
Okay,
So June 25th.
yeah,
And what is a good time? I just picked one.
yeah.
But
Well,
is 6 o'clock too early, or?
No, if I'm not running into
I can
Wilson,
do
the doctor's
almost-
like, fine.
I can do almost any time now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
me.
Are most of the committee members retired-ish, or?
No,
No, okay,
Still working part-time.
yeah.
yeah, I don't know about,
So would a bit later
Who else
be
is going to
better?
come?
now this,
Didn't we used
this
to?
holds you up though on Tuesdays, doesn't it, going home?
Because
That's-
they're open late down the town hall, right? That night?
Well, I don't generally stay until 7 when they're open anyway. But I aim for 6 o'clock only because I live in Richmond.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 6
Well,
o'clock.
is there any reason why we can't do it in the afternoon?
Well, and that was gonna be another one of my questions, if we could do an afternoon or do a morning, is that an option?
It is for me.
We don't wanna make it so that people can't attend if the public wants
No.
to attend, but at the same time, if that's more convenient for the committee
Yeah,
to
like
meet.
I could,
I might
I
have
could do
problems
almost
with the, well, no, we should
anything.
be out of school by the 25th.
yeah,
Yeah, I never know
Except
how
for
they're gonna
hers.
schedule
Yeah,
it
that's it, you
at
have a
Lowe's.
rotating schedule.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you work mostly mids or openings, or?
Like tomorrow, I'm closing 5 to 9:30,
yeah.
and then Sunday and Monday they have me opening,
Mm-hmm,
and then Tuesday I think I'm closing.
yeah, so it's back and forth. Mm-hmm.
Don't make it easy on an old person.
No. And you can't plan more than 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah.
I've been working on that schedule for a number of years now.
Ugh. Yeah. But I can always be sick.
Can't you tell them what, that you're doing something and they will make sure you're not scheduled for that day?
Yeah. Through the summer, Woody has been having to go to rehab,
Mm-hmm.
and it's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So they've been scheduling me so that I can take him in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and close at night.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
So
you
would
get 2
you-
days off a week, don't you?
But they're never the same 2 days.
No, they're not.
But you'd think they'd be able to
Right.
Okay.
Well, we can
So-
figure that one out.
So what time do you wanna aim for on the 25th, so I can get it up on the calendar?
Yeah, whatever is
Yeah, because
convenient.
I can do whatever time, I can do it during the day, or I can do it after work, and I don't mind at all staying. If 7 o'clock's more convenient, that's fine.
Well, if they close, you close at 5, right?
We close at 4.
4.
4.
Mhm.
Did you say you work?
Mhm.
I never know what they're gonna schedule me.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
4:30,
Sure,
but
4:30,
We-
5 o'clock?
we
We
can
can
always
aim-
change it, can't we?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. 4:30 would get everyone home before dinner.
Right.
Okay,
Before
yeah.
dinner.
Is there anything else to come up before the meeting?
Yeah. The only other thing, well, did I have, oh, just the other thing I had was, and we already talked about it some, was looking at the cemetery ordinance for future
Right.
meetings, because,
Yeah, I
and
have
I've
that
made a
down here.
stab at least a beginning draft of
I know I have that
rearranging
somewhere.
it.
Yeah, I have that written down.
Yeah. I didn't bring my binder.
Yes. Now I brought 2, I wasn't sure what we'd wanna look
Yeah.
at, if anything.
Is that all for now, or?
That was all I had.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Anybody else got anything?
Not that I know of, I gave her the
Yeah,
Can I have a
things.
motion to
They're-
adjourn?
They're old, but I don't know what they had worked on and, on those.
yeah, I'll see if I can find out if they've worked on any of these, or if any of them are complete. And if they are, what the final bill ended up being.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I second it.